Are you a prisoner to your health? I'll ask that again. Do you feel like you are a prisoner to your own health? And here's what I mean by that, okay? Coach Tracy here. Good afternoon. Um, Being a prisoner to your health is you've got some ailment going on, whether it's alcoholic fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, type 2 diabetes. It could be gastrointestinal issues, uh, thyroid issues, autoimmune issues, things like that. And what I mean by all of this and where I'm heading is that almost 100% of our gut, our stomach, the health of our gut, okay, is a key factor in if we're going to have any health issues or not. And that's what I mean by being a prisoner to your own health. Because how many times, okay, how many times have you started a diet or you started something new, okay, whatever it is, and then you compromised it. You've said, oh, well, I've been doing so good, so I'll go ahead and it's okay if I do this one time. You see, right there, you have already subconsciously put yourself at making excuses and being okay with that. I was diagnosed with fatty liver disease myself. I talk about it very, very often because I'm very passionate about the liver. The liver is a very, very resilient organ. It is so resilient, almost like children. But if it takes enough punishment, there's nothing that can be done. It finally just says, okay, I've had it. I can't do anymore. So this is why I was diagnosed and I was a prisoner to my own health because I started to do this change of life 3 times before I finally got it right. And that's okay because as long as I was heading in the right direction, but almost 30 years ago now, um, then to me, I was still making progress, still making all the wrong foods, still making all the wrong choices, sabotaging my own happiness by doing the drugs for the 8 months, using the divorce that I had gone through as an excuse to keep myself miserable. I mean, it just culminated on top of each other. And that's what I mean by being a prisoner to your own health, because a lot of the times when you're a prisoner to your own health, you're making these excuses. So you start something, say, like a diet, correct? You start a diet. Okay, I want to lose this much weight in this much time. Okay. And then you start it, and then say about a week, week and a half into your uh, new regimen, okay, if you will. Oh, it's okay for me to have a hamburger, or it's okay for me to have that fast food, or it's okay. I'm really craving this enchiladas with these tortillas, or I'm going to go to Starbucks and get one of their wonderful signature coffee lines, right? Because everybody likes the coffee. Unfortunately, they have so many added chemicals into it that you don't really realize what you're doing. And when you absorb all of that and put that into your gut, automatically it's going to change. It's going to change your gut, the health of your gut, and it's going to emanate itself in different ways. But on the same token, you have already subconsciously allowed yourself to fail. And what I mean by that is that if you do it once, then you continue to keep doing it. When I first started this, and I started my regimen with Bragg's apple cider vinegar, I was on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I did my Bragg's apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning. I drank it with my breakfast and an 8 ounce glass of water. And I preferred it to be ice water because it just helped me get things down easier. And then I came in with room temperature water afterwards so as to dilute it a little bit in my stomach so it didn't shock my system. So after, I didn't see any quick results because there's no quick results here. This is a lifestyle change and this takes time to get to that change. So after 2 months, my energy, I was really overweight. I was miserable. I was left, I 265 pounds. I was miserable. I didn't have any energy. All I wanted to do was sit in the chair and cry about my situation. But this literally helped change my life, literally. And I couldn't have done it without the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And that's why I bring this to everybody online, because I really, really believe it. I'm in 10 years, a little over 10 years now on the Bragg's, and I'm 100% healthy. And I'm actually very, very emotionally stable. It has just changed my whole world. I lost 100 pounds in the first year. It was slow, but my energy level went up. See, so I wanted to start doing more things around the house. I started cleaning more, staying more on top of the laundry. For 3 people, I started going outside, wanting to water the yard, wanting to walk the dog. Then I got into wanting to walk the dog because I just couldn't get enough energy out. I just couldn't. And so before I knew it, I had actually got down to 186 pounds. I've probably gained a few back now because I haven't exercised since I've been here in the Philippines. It's been kind of difficult. But that's what I mean by being a prisoner to your own health. If you already subconsciously set yourself up. I did not do that. I stayed on this regimen. And when I started the regimen, I stayed on it. And I did not get off of it. Every time a temptation came into my life, oh, look at that. Oh, here, Tracy. Come on, let's go have a hamburger today. No, I can't. What do you mean you can't? You don't have any money? I'll pay for you. No, it's not about the money. I can afford a hamburger. It's just, no, I'm not going to. I don't even want it. I prefer to eat this over here. Oh, come on, come out with us. No, it's all right. I'll stay here. I'll see you guys when you get back. I stayed firm. I wouldn't let anything take me off my game. I didn't miss one day of the apple cider vinegar because it's the consistency that's going to get you where you need to go. Like my daughter, she starts it and then all of a sudden she stops it. And it's like, you can't do that. You have to start this and you have to stay with it. So now I've evened out a little bit on the weight, but I just haven't been able to exercise. But that's exactly, guys, this is exactly what I mean by being a prisoner of your own health, because you get yourself in this loop. I've seen it time and time again. I've got so many people that I see online say they want to lose weight or they want to do this, but yet they're not willing to walk the walk. They're not willing to do what it takes necessary to get those results. It's too comfortable staying in the same situation that they're in. And then a lot of times they complain about it. It's a vicious cycle, you see, and it's a vicious cycle that should not, and we should not even be in that area. If, you stay true to yourself, yeah, I don't want this lifestyle change. I like my life the way it is. I like being heavy. I like doing this. I like doing. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're okay with it. There's no right or wrong. So if I've known people who have been incredibly overweight in my life, especially in corporate, but I mean incredibly overweight, like 380 pounds, okay, like bad overweight. And they some of the happiest people I've ever met in my life. And they wouldn't change a thing about their body. And I admired that. And it takes a lot for me to admire somebody. I mean, it takes virtue, it takes, steadfastness. It really does. I mean, I'm kind of a hard butt about that. But that's what I mean about not being a prisoner to your own health. I stayed out of being a prisoner in my own mind. I broke it. And to this day, I still sometimes catch myself during the day wanting to draw those reins back in and run things the way I want to run it. I don't. I turn it over and I stay consistent with the person that I am, and I stay consistent with the person that I want to be. And I won't change that for anybody. And I still do my apple cider vinegar, but it's maintenance only. And that's the beauty of being 100% healthy. So I've beat hepatitis C, I've beat liver disease, I have beat colon issues. Of course, I had to have surgery to help with that one, but I've beat anxiety, depression, addiction. Let's see, because really, honestly, when you think about it, every human on this planet has addiction issues. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're president of a company. I can guarantee you got addiction issues to something. I mean, gambling is an addiction. Buying shoes is an addiction. Um, some people are, they run constantly, which is an addiction in itself. So there's constantly things being thrown at us. And that old pleasure center, I like this, I like this. Those things are not harmful to the body. If it doesn't bring you anxiety or depression or wreak havoc in your life, then by all means, be addicted. I mean, I'm addicted to laughing. I like to be happy. So, and I'm addicted to my future. I really am. I know what I want, and God willing, I'm going to get there. And it's baby steps right now, but it's headed all in the right direction. And that's what I mean by not being a prisoner to your own health. Because the one thing you desire stands on the other side of your comfort zone. Just do it. Do something different, do something spontaneous, and I can guarantee you the results are going to show. And that's, if you don't, the end result can be termination of your life. It can be a cycle of anxiety issues where you get them so bad it goes into panic attacks, and you have to go into the doctor. Well, then the doctor prescribes you medication for that, and then this starts the cycle all over again. And it just keeps you doing this, chasing your own ass, basically the way I like to put it. You just chase your own ass, never being able to get out of that circle and go anywhere to do anything different. You just chase your own ass. It's like a dog chasing its own tail, you know? I mean, that's what my daughter did. She starts the apple cider vinegar and she didn't stop. And then she stopped. She thinks one time is all it's going to take to get you there. And it's not. Of course, you have to come in with the healthy foods. You cannot eat the plant-based foods, lab-grown foods. I'm sorry, our bodies are just not designed to to um, to be sustained on lab-grown foods like that. That's not real food to me. Real food to me is a farmer's market. You know, if you got one, there's local, they're all over the place. People are getting really into the health craze. So depending on where you live, I know there's some place close around to you, I'm sure. I mean, it's a dime a dozen. I've helped so many people find the ingredients that like I use, which is the superfoods, the wing bean, the bitter melons, those types of things. The other thing about being a prisoner to your own health is if you're picky. Oh, well, I don't eat green peas, or I don't eat carrots. I don't like this, or I don't like that. You're not going to change anything if you cannot be open to try new things. And that's just the truth. You have to be open to be able to try new things. When you can open yourself up and say, I'm going to try it. I mean, somebody could put a piece of cake down in front of me to this day, and I won't eat it. And that's what I mean. I actually psyched myself out, and I wanted to explain that to you. When I first started that, not only did I stay consistent with the apple cider vinegar, but I stayed psyching myself out. When you work in an office, there's a lot of people that bring in cookies, that bring in tacos, that type of thing, for the unit, for the coworkers and stuff like that. Great. When they asked me if I wanted any, oh no, that's okay. Why? It's okay. I don't eat sugar. It's too sweet. It'll upset my stomach. Even though it didn't. I mean, of course it didn't. I mean, I loved sweets. I mean, as a child, I was always eating chocolate and drinking sodas. Dr. Pepper was my thing, back in the day. I can remember putting a quarter in the machine and getting a bottle of Dr. Pepper. Nothing better. Or Mr. Pibb. But those are things that you'd have to be able to change uh, in order to be successful with getting your body healthy and getting your mind healthy so that you can function normal. Um, Obviously, I like to say plant-based diet. And what I mean by that, it's more of just like an Asian diet because I almost every day I'm either eating chicken or pork or squid or octopus or fish, fresh from the ocean. They sell it, they come by, they sell it. I think I paid 280 pesos uh, for 1 kilo of squid, and I got 2 kilos. So it's the cost is relatively cheap, but not everybody has means to be able to go get that fresh food. I understand. In the States, there are regulations. In other areas of the country, there are regulations. You have to purchase certain licensing. You have to do that. Here, you don't. Here, I mean, if I want to go in the ocean and spearfish, I have the right to do so. And no game warden is going to come up to me and say, well, you can't have that. You're over your limit. Wrong. They'll get punched in the face here. It is a main staple of the people of the island, is the fresh fish. And they only take what they can consume. They do not overtake at all, at least the individuals that I've seen. The only thing that they take is the vegetables. Oh my gosh, they're vegetable crazy around here. The saluyotes, the bok choys, the cauliflowers, the broccolis, the tomatoes, wing bean. I mean, everything is just super fresh. And that's what I mean by coming in with that kind of a diet. It's just going to launch your health as long as you're not a prisoner to your own health. Because if you are, then you can sabotage your own progress. And that's what I mean. If you start this, I had to literally psych myself into not having that candy bar during the day at work. Snickers was my thing. No, I don't eat at functions or parties, I should say. Family gatherings, there's always a dessert on the table, maybe one or two desserts. I wouldn't eat it. And then when asked, oh, I felt so many times in social situations, why you don't like it doesn't taste good? I'm like, please don't get offended, please. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm on a lifestyle change. I don't eat those kinds of foods. And if I start, then I'm sabotaging my own uh, progress. I said, so it's personal. It's just a personal thing. It looks delicious. Trust me. I'm sure it is absolutely out of this world delicious. So there's ways of being able to get your point across and not offend anybody when you are doing this lifestyle change. Because when you find yourself in different situations, not everybody is on board with your lifestyle change. So some people, they're still eating cakes and ice creams. They're still presenting super desserts like that to offer for the crowd. You might be on vacation. You might be on a cruise, that type of thing, where you're surrounded with those types of things, donuts, yummy donuts, and stuff like that. Even if I was on a cruise, I still wouldn't eat it. I would literally, and right now, it's so easy for me now because I've been doing it for so long. But when somebody is first starting out and they are a prisoner to their own health, they will compromise and go to that and eat it. Oh, I can restart it later. That's not how it works. That's not how you're going to subconsciously uh, give your body the time that it needs so that it automatically just starts doing it on its own. I don't even have to think about it now. My daughter, I'll buy my daughter chocolate and I'll have maybe one bite, literally, and it's like too sweet. It's too sweet. I got people here in the other area that want to sell me. It's sticky rice, and it's in like a coconut syrup. It's fresh coconut, and it's like in a really sweet syrupy. Oh, it's delicious. It's too sweet. Yeah, I make excuses. No, it's just too sweet. I'm more of a vinegar and salt kind of person, dill pickle kind of a person. Uh, I make excuses like it hurts my teeth or it upsets my stomach. Uh, it's for my own. I'm not lying to them. I'm doing nothing but keeping myself psyched in, tuned in to where I need to be tuned in. And that's the way that I did it. Maybe you'll find some value in that, and maybe it'll help you um, with something. Uh, because literally in the beginning, I had to psych myself into it. I mean, I loved making lasagnas and, sloppy Joe, hamburgers, chili cheese hot dogs. Oh my God, with some chips or potato or French fries. I mean, I was all for that. I had to cut it way down. I started making chili cheese hot dogs once every 4 months. And that was after I was already psyched into this lifestyle change. So the only thing I could eat was a half a hot dog, literally a half a hot dog. And then I gave it away. I said, okay, I've had my taste. Thank you. But that's what I mean by not being a prisoner to your own health. And when you can do that, then you're literally going to change the trajectory of your gut, and you're literally going to offend or keep all other health issues and stuff away from you. It is such a way to even cure type 2 diabetes. I can cure type 2 diabetes with A1C numbers. Yeah, A1C numbers up to about 13, 14. I can cure that in 2 months, within 2 months, literally down to normal numbers. But it takes the person doing the work. It's one thing to instruct somebody and say, here's how you do it. I can't do it for you. You see what I mean? You have to be the one to say, okay, I'm going to do this. Let me trust her. You do it, you see the results, then you know. That's the difference between holistic, and that's the difference between health coaches, which is a video I had already made before. So just know the difference, because I myself am all holistic, and that's the way I plan to stay. I'm hoping to learn here in the Philippines a little bit more about certain tree roots and stuff, and how to put those together to cure achy joints, if you have knee arthritis in your knees, or, something like that. I'd like to be able to find ways of being able to do that. So that was my message today. I just thought I'd come in and say that being a prisoner to your health will not get you the lifestyle change that you so desire. You have to stay firm. You cannot compromise. Well, I haven't had it in a long time. It's been like 2 months since I've had it, or a month since I've had it. And then you go and get an extra large Starbucks. You already put yourself back to square one, not only with your health and the amount of sugar that's in that, but you've already subconsciously done the same thing. And that's where most people don't understand. Lifestyle change starts with tricking the subconscious. And then before you know it, you just do it. You don't even have to think about it. You just do it. That's how easy it is. So that's my message today. Um, internet, on a personal note, internet and electricity are holding. So I was able to finally come back on. We just got through with three huge typhoons, one super typhoon. And thank goodness it wasn't a direct hit. They were all grazes. But power here, the island reeks havoc on the power lines. I mean, they're always unscheduled interruptions, either the salty air rusts transformers or the wind. Like yesterday, we had 18-mile-an-hour winds. It was a nice day, but it was just really, really windy. And you can just see those lines just going back and forth. So I thought for sure we were going to lose electricity yesterday, but it held out. So I'm counting my blessings. On that note, I'll let everybody go. I've rambled enough. Don't be a prisoner to your health. Now, if you're looking at this, if you're viewing this video on Facebook and you want to have a more or YouTube, and you want to have a more private social free social media site where you can get lots of resources, I think my link is below. Holistic Health with Tracy Badbata. There's two. It's the one of me in the purple shirt. Holistic Health W/Tracy Badbata, and that will get you to the right. I think all my links are below. If you're watching this in my free private group today, and you want that guidance, you need that guidance, reach out in the comments and I'll reach out to you in direct message. And then we can go from there. Again, don't be a prisoner to your own health. Until next week, stay strong. What do I always say, everybody? Stay strong, stay blessed.